Welcome to the War Academy channel. In today's program, we are going to analyze a topic that, although it generates great interest on the part of everyone, is quite unknown, and it is none other than knowing what the salary of a soldier in the Second World War was. After analyzing and contrasting several sources, we have been able to establish reliable prices on the salary of these soldiers. Keep in mind that military salaries vary considerably depending on the rank and whether the soldier is in one destination or another, thus depending on how dangerous he is and whether he is in combat. Armies like the United States also took into account whether the soldier was single, married, and if he also had children. If he was married and had children, his salary was double that of the soldier who was not. In order not to make a mistake, we are going to see what the base salary of the English, German, Russian, Japanese, Italian, and American soldiers was, to which they could also add said bonus when they were in combat, which without a doubt was more or minus double what they charged as a base, so you can get an idea. Finally, tell you that we are going to pass the value of salaries to the current dollar, so that everyone gets a better idea. And without further ado, let's start with the video. And we start with the lowest paid soldiers of the Second World War, these being the Italians. An Italian soldier had a salary of 30 lire per month, which was equivalent to only $2 at the time, which would be equivalent to nothing more than 36 current dollars per month. It is a really miserable salary, if we compare it for example with what a high-ranking Italian general earned, easily reaching $5,000 a month today. We don't know if this affected his combat performance, but there are many testimonials from Italian soldiers complaining about it. It must be taken into account that the soldiers' salaries were not higher than those received by an industrial worker at the time, since once they were in the army, they did not have any expenses. Let's now see what the soldiers of the Soviet Union were paid. These had a salary of 50 rubles a month, which was equivalent to about $10 at the time, which would be $180 a month today. Like the Italians, the Russian High Command received salaries 40 or 50 times higher than that received by the soldiers. Japanese soldiers were paid 6 yen a month, but it would be pointless to convert it to dollars since, during the Second World War, the Japanese currency completely sank. But before the war, we can establish its value would be 3 or $4 at the time. We know for example that a Japanese industrial worker earned 30 yen, which is 5 times more than the soldier, and the Prime Minister earned 800 yen, more than 130 times more. For a little joke, let's say they gave you a badge and a gun. With our next soldiers we are going to take a big jump in salary, these being the British soldiers, who had a salary of £6 a month, which was equivalent to $36 a month, these being about $650 today. As I said before, we must bear in mind that when they were in combat, these salaries could double, as we will see with the Americans at the end of the video. Let us now see the salary of the German soldier, which was about $40 at the time, these being about $720 today. And it is that when a common soldier enlisted for the Eastern Front, fulfilling his duty to his country, he did not expect to receive any special remuneration. The basic salary of the German army was the equivalent of about a third of what an industrial worker earned. A soldier's low pay was offset by the fact that he did not have to pay for food, lodging, clothing, etc., which he would probably have to do in his home. Regarding the controls, the German sergeant's LL goes to the current $1,500 and that of a captain to $3,000. And finally, let's now see the best paid soldier of the Second World War, who was highly envied by his fellow Englishmen, Australians, and in general, by all his allies and even enemies. And we meant the Americans. Before this country went to war in 1941, the base salary of a soldier was $21 a month, which would be equivalent to about $380 a month. But from one day to the next this salary rose to $50, reaching the current $900. In addition, when they were in combat, it is known that their salary doubled, reaching $100 per month, which is almost $2,000 today. With regard to sergeants, and in the same way that happens in other armies, the salary is almost double that of the soldier, and that of the captain doubles that of the sergeant. Finally, to say that these salaries are very similar to those currently charged, since the salary of a Spanish soldier is 1,000 euros per month, and can triple if he is sent to a war zone. A current American soldier earns around $2,500, something that may seem like a lot outside in a European or South American country, but you have to keep in mind that the average salary in the US is around $4,500 a month. Well, this video ends here, in which we have made a great effort to bring you the approximate salary of the different soldiers of the Second World War, also passed to current computation. I sincerely hope that you have found it interesting and that you have learned a lot. Thank you all very much, especially the sponsors who make this possible. Subscribe and share this program if you liked it, and see you in the next one. See you soon.